Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Stitches, and this video is about my tree skirt. So on December 8th, we went to get our Christmas tree, and today's actually December 9th, and so we're waiting for my husband to wake up so we could decorate it. Last night we put it in the tree stand. It's standing tall, the branches have started to fall, but in doing so, because I'm a little anxious, I start bringing up the bins, and I have my tree skirt. So I wanted to go over the pattern. Now the reason I made this was because we usually buy a really big tree, and in the past we had a tree skirt. I think we bought at Target like the first year we were married in 2015, and it just never came out as far as I wanted. Like apparently I want like triple the size tree skirt that is typically available. I'd like it to come out all the way, just a hair past the branches, so all the presents can sit under there nicely and the carpet's covered. And then because we have one of those really big bases that the tree goes in, I want that whole thing covered too. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make one. And it was really great because that weekend, my husband was like, yeah, go for it. And I went to Walmart, I bought a ton of Red Heart because I felt like the Red Heart yarn was gonna be firm. It was going to be easy to wash if something got spilled on it. I wouldn't cry if it got ruined. I could just make another one. And I literally sat there for like 2 days straight. Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, just crocheting like a mad woman. And this is the tree skirt I made. Now, I did not make it in this pattern. And of course, as you know, I have a black and white printer. So they actually have red, white, green, that kind of a pattern. Or red, white, green, white. You know what I'm saying. You can see. These are red and green, and that's white. And it's called Smooth Fox's Christmas Tree Skirt. I don't know if it's still on Ravelry. If it is, I'll put a link in the description for you. It was a very basic pattern. Now, when I first started making this, I'd only been crocheting for like a year or so I needed something very easy. This is all double crochet, much like the, I mean, you can see, it just has where you skip 2 in the middle and then you do, 2 or 3 or, it has the peaks where you have the chain in there to bring it out. You do 2 in one space, you chain 1, you do 2, I think. Anyway, if you can read a pattern, this, or you've made this before for a baby blanket, it's very similar. The big difference is there's this cut open. Now, the one thing I did want to say about doing this pattern is it was different than anything I'd ever done. I was able to read it, and I had, at this point, very basic pattern reading skills. But just like Debbie, the Canadian crocheter, was talking about when she was making the shawl, they have you make this chain with these scallops or shells as you go. My first thought is that you would do a chain and then go on the next row and do a scallop, skip some, scallop, skip some. But no, it's this crazy way of making that scallop one after another. And that is the beginning of the skirt. Your round 1 is this scallop chain thing. And then you just keep adding on. And the really nice thing about this pattern is if you jack up your stitches, and you're supposed to have 13 in one section and you only have 12, just add another double crochet. You can't really tell when all's said and done. Now, for the thumbnail for this video, I'll put a picture of my Christmas tree, I think the first year that I made the tree skirt. So you can see that. But I thought I'd hold it up and tell you the yarn that I chose because I'm not 100% thrilled with the color. Like I said, I chose Red Heart, and this is huge. I mean, if you could, I'll hold it up in half, and so you can just see. Because like I said, I wanted a giant Christmas tree skirt. This is the skirt in half, if that's even that. Can you see it all? And I just did my own motif. I did not follow their pattern. But this is plain white. This is their green, and I believe it just said green, but this is hot red. Now, you can kind of see that it's an orangey red. You can also see here that my stitches aren't lined up right. But it doesn't matter. You can't tell when you lay it on the floor. You just overlap it. But this hot red, if I were to do it over again, if I was like going to be really, I don't know, planning it out better, as I'm picking out old pine. This is the thing I hate about real trees. These are like last year's needles still in my tree skirt. I would have chose cherry red. My personal opinion in regards to Red Heart Super Saver Reds, their cherry red is a much more beautiful, fuller red, and the hot red is more orangish, as you can see. And so I kind of wish that I had not chosen that color. But this is what it is from like center of the tree skirt to the peak. And then I followed my own pattern because apparently I was running low on the red and green and I couldn't follow. I started following her pattern and then I was like, oh, looks like I'm not going to be able to make it around. And so then I just kind of started doing my own thing. I'm not quite sure what that thing was because it doesn't look great. But you know what? I'm very proud of this because I did it in like 2 days. My husband was really supportive. And when I look at the tree, I just think it's a really great plain Christmas tree skirt. I mean, nothing fancy, and it's the size I want it. As I'm like, I can't stop picking these out. It's the size I want it. It's nice and big, and it sticks out a little bit, and it's Super Saver, so, you know, nothing really can ruin it. But I am planning on following this pattern and making another one, because I also really love decorating in blues and silvers and grays. And I think if I do that, I might choose like maybe the Karen 1-pounders, because I found in a few days, you'll see my poncho video, I found that I really prefer just a hair more the Karen 1-pounder than the Red Heart Super Saver. I just think it's a little softer, not much, but a little. And this to me still is very, very scratchy. I also think that if, what I might do is this first row to me seems a little flimsy in regards to how much weight it has to carry. Because this is like the full length of the skirt. I personally might, because I still have some of this red cherry or whatever, red hot. I might come through and just sew in and out. Reinforce these stitches because I just feel like there's a lot hanging on them sometimes, and I just feel like that red I just feel like it's kind of more stretched than I would like. But that's it. This is I know that sounded a little critical, but to be honest, if you watch my Christmas traditions tag, this Christmas tree skirt is one of the things I'm really very proud of. I'm just really proud of having something that I made for a nice decoration that maybe my kids will love and might want to have, and because the pattern is so simple to follow, if I have another 2 days and my thumb's not hurting, I can make another one. But I'll take a nice picture for you guys, or I'll show you if I can dig it out. Because I was in the process, okay, so here's a little side note. I was in the process of taking all of my pictures and short video clips and moving them onto a thumb drive so I could clear up space inside of my computer so that I could have an editing program. I'm not gonna go crazy with the editing. I found one that's pretty simple and there's some really great YouTube tutorials on how to use it. But just so that in the instances where I say like double chain instead of double crochet, or like in my last giveaway video where I completely mess up the dates, which I'll fix in this video, I want to be able to like flash on the bottom the right words. That's what I really want to do. Or insert a picture. So yeah, check out this, like I said here. I'll try to put a link in the description to her Christmas tree if it's still on Ravelry, but otherwise, maybe she's got a blog. It says it's created by Donna Mason-Sarva, S-V-A-R-A. Oh, AKA Smooth Fox, copyright 2009. So you should be able, I'll put a link in the description, or if you want to just try to type this out yourself, you don't know where the description box is. Any color combos you want, blues and whites, red and green, red and white, white and green, whatever you want. I think this is a really nice, easy pattern that you should, as a newbie crocheter, I made it in 2.5 days. Straight crocheting. My husband took care of the kids, he fed the kids, he did everything. All I did was sit and crochet. But yeah, okay, so why I need to really focus on getting my bum in gear on editing. My Christmas giveaway, it started yesterday. I'm going to choose a name on the night of December 12th, and on the 13th, I'm going to post the winning video. That's how it's going. I'll write that down in the bottom again. I know in the video, I like completely jacked up the 12th and the 13th, but the Wednesday night, I'm going to choose a winner, record a video, Thursday, post the video. That's how that's running. And please enter. Again, I've found some folks give me some really good ideas on how to package internationally. So please post if you are, in all these random places around the world. We'll see what happens. And yeah, until then, happy crafting, happy holidays. Oh, Jared, you want to poke in to say hi?
Happy crafting and hello.
All right, bye. Flinny wants to say hi real quick. He's coming over. He's the one that I'm making my poncho for. Come on and say hi.
Happy crafting.
Happy crafting.
Bye.
Bye.